The following terrifying video was filmed by a girl who works at a store at around 11:30 p.m. While she was completely alone inside the store, she suddenly began hearing strange noises coming from the back area of the shop. What happened next was something truly horrifying. Let's watch the footage.
Guys, I'm working by my f***ing self, and I hear a noise in the back. What the f***, bro?
Through the security camera monitor, the girl saw something fall into the storage area. Suddenly, a transparent black creature moved by with incredible speed. The girl immediately went to investigate, but found nothing. However, about 4 hours later, after the store had closed, something even more disturbing happened. The ladder fell on its own, and then a pillow appeared, falling down the stairs by itself. The girl says she was terrified when she watched what the camera had captured. She decided never to return to work at this place again, convinced that the shop is haunted. What do you think? This terrifying video was captured by a security camera inside a child's room. The man who posted the video says he recently started hearing strange noises and loud banging sounds late at night coming from his child's room. Sometimes his child would start crying uncontrollably for no apparent reason. So the man decided to install a security camera in the child's room. But what the camera captured was absolutely horrifying. At first, the sound of heavy knocking and loud noises can be heard. Then, the door suddenly slams shut on its own. Moments later, a black creature appears out of nowhere and slowly approaches the child. The doll then began moving on its own. After that, the black figure starts to fade until it completely disappears. But what scared the father the most was the sound of heavy footsteps coming from inside the room. The father was terrified after watching the footage and has no idea what it could be. He now believes that his house has become haunted. So, what do you think? The following video was posted on TikTok and quickly reached more than 2.5 million views. In the video, a girl was filming her friend while she was swimming near a waterfall. However, later, when they watched the footage again, they discovered that the camera had accidentally captured something strange, something they couldn't explain. So, let's watch the footage.
He did it, dude! Oh my gosh! Take your breath away? Take your breath away, right? Did it take your breath away? It is. Oh my god! See? Take your breath. Did it take your breath away?
As the girl begins walking toward the camera, an unseen force suddenly grabbed her hair and throw it forward. You can clearly notice that the way her hair moves is unnatural, and many believe that an invisible entity was responsible for what happened. So, what do you think? Is what happened to the girl really related to the paranormal, as some claim? Or do you have another explanation for this mysterious incident? The following terrifying video was posted by a woman who claims she recently bought a doll from a shop that sells used and antique items. Soon after bringing it home, she began noticing that the doll was no longer in the place where she had left it, as if it had moved on its own. So she decided to place a camera in front of the doll to find out what was really happening. The doll began moving on its own in a frightening manner. The woman panicked when she saw what the camera had recorded and decided to get rid of the doll immediately. Many believe that this doll may be haunted, but what do you think? The following video was recorded by a security camera. In the footage, a girl is seen staying alone at work until late at night. She felt so tired that she fell asleep at her desk. But then, something truly terrifying happens. Let's watch the footage. At first, her phone begins to move on its own. Then, an unseen force moved the girls in a disturbing way. Suddenly, she is thrown off her chair. The girl woke up from her deep sleep without realizing what had just happened, but she was terrified when she saw what the security camera had recorded. So the question remains, what do you think really happened? A woman named Jennifer lived with her father and her elderly mother, who was suffering from a serious illness, and she was taking care of her. Sadly, her mother passed away on March 23, 2025. A few days before her death, a surveillance camera in her room captured something strange in the middle of the night.
Okay.
At midnight, a quiet little female voice seems to whisper, "Come," and the old woman raised her hands and responds, "Okay." A second time, a clear voice of a girl was heard saying, "Mama."
Okay.
Jennifer believes that this is the voice of her sister, who had passed away in 2017. She believes that her sister is there to calling her mother to join her to the other side. What is strange is that her mother passed away only a few days later. Was it just a coincidence, or is there some connection between the voice and her mother's death?
Okay.
Security cameras inside a cafe captured something mysterious that no one has been able to explain. This cafe is old, built in 1924 in Texas. It used to be a pharmacy owned by a doctor who had a dog that followed him everywhere. The dog spent most of its time in the pharmacy. Over the years, when the pharmacy was turned into a cafe, everyone who worked there said they felt as if the dog was somehow still present inside the cafe. Here are some of the surveillance camera recordings. Security cameras recorded many employees and visitors getting nipped at the ankles or even scratched by something that they can't see. What's even stranger and more terrifying is that some cafe staff, especially in the kitchen, claimed they had seen multiple times a semi-transparent figure that looked like a small dog. So far, no logical explanation has been found for this phenomenon. However, a theory has spread suggesting that the spirit of the doctor's dog is somehow still hanging around the cafe. We'd love to hear your explanations in the comments. This creepy and mysterious video is old, and its origin is unknown. It was recorded by a surveillance camera at night on a street in Brazil. In the footage, a woman is seen riding a bicycle, and suddenly something frightening happens that is difficult to explain. Now, just a quick note for YouTube content guidelines here. No one was injured in this footage. The woman fell behind the pole after the bicycle was pulled several meters upward, then dropped. When replaying the video, it can be noticed that the bicycle appears as if an invisible rope or an unseen force pulled it to the sky. If you have a logical explanation for what happened, share it with us in the comments.